What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be talking about how I found out I was pregnant at 18 years old, kind of what was going on before that, kind of what happened when I found out, how I told my family. And let me tell you, I have a strict family. So I want to kind of put a disclaimer on this because I want you guys to know that the person I was before my daughter is a lot different than who I am now. But I feel like, you know, God's taken me a long way, so I'm just going to be honest about my story, and hopefully you guys can relate, learn that, hey, God can change anyone if he can change me. So let's begin. So before I found out I was pregnant, I had just moved back home with my parents, of course, and I started going to community college, and I was with my daughter's dad. His name is Denver. So Denver and I's relationship was literally crumbling. He was going through some stuff and I was going through some stuff, as I said in the beginning of this video. We were both kind of in a bad place, and I will definitely get in more to that. I'm sure you guys have heard my past videos. He was struggling with drug problems. I was struggling with alcohol issues and stuff like that, and just not having self-respect and all that. So we broke up, and I really believe that we didn't have any intention of getting back together at that time. And so when I found out I was pregnant, boy, was I in for it. I was like, oh shoot. So basically the weekend before I found out I was pregnant, I went to Dallas with my girlfriends, you know, kind of get over my man, my ex-man, and have fun with my girls. And so I went with my friend Ashley and Asher, and you know, we were literally so close. I had so much fun in Dallas. We didn't party or anything. We literally just went shopping, had fun together. It was just a good, innocent weekend, honestly. So we come back, and I think on Wednesday, the next Wednesday following that weekend, me and my friend Asher, the same girl who I went to Dallas with, we went to go work out. We love working out, so we were lifting weights, you know, pumping iron, and I was lifting heavy that day, and the only symptom that I had was like, I was like this. The whole time I was so out of breath, and I was like, this is weird. Maybe because I'm so strong. So after that, me and Asher go and meet my other friend Ashley, who we also went to Dallas with, and we went and ate. And so we were eating, and I hate to say this, but when you're a little risque, you know, here and there, you have some pregnancy scares, and I was risque, so I'm just gonna say it. And so, you know, I was like, guys, what if I'm pregnant? And they're like, oh, what if you're pregnant? But like, this is something I had done like a couple times before, so it wasn't that big of a deal. I really didn't think I was pregnant. And so now this is the part of the story I'm like, oh, I hate my old self. Like, why did I do this? I deserve being pregnant. But literally, I'm like, I do not want to pay for a pregnancy test. And my friend was like, I'm not going to say which one, but my friend was like, let's steal one. And I was like, okay. And I did not steal leading up to this. So it was kind of my karma that it said positive. So me and my girlfriend went into Walgreens and we stole a pregnancy test. Yeah, I'm an idiot. And so we steal the pregnancy test, I take it, and guess what? That little thing said plus. And I was like, huh? What? Excuse me? So I urinated myself, and I freaked out, and I started bawling my eyes out, and my friend Asher started panicking because, you know, me and Asher had been best friends for the longest time, so she was really invested in my life, and she was like, crap! And my other friend, she was kind of a newer friend, so it was like, she was like, it's gonna be okay, and I was like, no, it's not! Like, it's not okay! My other friend was like, Asher, she was like, no, this is awful! Granted now, my daughter's the biggest blessing in my life. I don't have to say that though. This is just how I felt at the time, because I was panicking. So I'm like, shoot, crap. We have to go get a real pregnancy test. So we go to Target, all three of us, and we decide that this time we're gonna buy it because we need some help from Jesus. We're not about to steal a second pregnancy test because then we'll get our karma, and you know how it goes. So we go into Target, buy the serious pregnancy test that says yes or no, and I go and take it in the Target bathroom, which I always go to now, and it's kind of like sentimental to me now. But I go in the Target bathroom, pee on the stick, come outside, and guess what? I realize that it says yes. And so, boom, panic again. Everyone's freaking out. I'm crying. My friends are freaking out. In my heart, I was so scared, you guys. Mind you, I'm like, okay, me and this guy are not even in a relationship. Like, I started just panicking. But that's not even the worst part. So, you know, when you're going through something, you kind of just want to be alone with your thoughts. So I was like, girls, I just need to go home. But I also did not want to face my mom because I'm one of those people who are like, I cannot keep a secret to save my life. So I wasn't the kind of person who was going to be holding this secret in for 5 months like some people I know. So I go home, and of course my mom and my sister are at home, and they are sitting in my front room of my house as soon as I walk in the door, and guess what they're telling me? They're telling me, Brooke, I don't think that Denver is the right one for you. Mind you, I'm already broken up with this guy, but I'm about to have his baby, and you know, he was at a very bad place in his life too, so it's like understandable why they did that, and I'm not, like, he's doing a lot better now, so I'm not hating on him or anything. He's a great guy. But literally, guys, my mom was like saying this stuff, and like, I'm like sitting there like, I'm pregnant with this baby, but I couldn't say that. And I just was like mean. Like, I was just like, okay, like just wanted to punch them in the face. Cause like, hello, I'm going through something real hard. And like, they never had talked about him before like that. So it was like, of course, the day I found out I'm pregnant with his child, that's when they want to say it. So I'm like emotional wreck. So I decide that I need to get out of the freaking house. And I call my best friend in the whole universe, and I'm like, hey girl, I need to meet you, we need to talk. And she was like kind of blowing me off, and I was like, no, I'm coming to get you. So I pick her up, and she's like kind of irritated that I like forced her to hang out with me. And I told her I'm pregnant, and she freaked out, and then she was like, well, what are you gonna do? And I was like, oh, I gotta tell Denver. So, you know, we were broken up, so I messaged Denver and I said, I need to talk to you. And he was like, no. I was like, great, I'm gonna cry. I'm like miserable now. He didn't want to talk to me. So what do? Now, mind you, he's probably like, this girl's crazy, but because I was crazy. But hello, I have your child in my stomach, so I'm coming to find you. So I drove to his job and I said, I'm outside, come outside. So he comes outside and he's just kind of like, dude, this girl's crazy. And I pull out the pregnancy test and I give it to him, and he's like, just looks at me like this. And I'm like, yeah. So we just have a little moment. He like hugs me and he's like, I'm gonna be there for you. And then, you know, it was kind of unsaid. We were just back together. And, you know, I think that may have been one of the issues, is that, you know, we got back together as soon as I found out I was pregnant, which was kind of like not healthy, I feel like. I feel like we should have worked through our problems and then decided if we wanted to be together. I think that assisted in our most recent breakup. But so basically, you know, we're back together, but after I tell him, I decide to go to my grandma's house because I do not want to spend my evening with my mom because I know I would blurt it out. So I go to my grandma's house and I get to my grandma's, and my dad's baby mama is over there, who I'm really close with. I shouldn't call her my dad's baby mama, but it's my brother's mom. So she's over there, and you know, we're really close, and I walk in and she's basically telling me that I shouldn't be with Denver too. Now, mind you, none of these people told me this before I was pregnant. So it was just the day I was pregnant. So I'm mad. So me and her got in a huge fight. I was like, shh, like, stop talking, like just going off on her. And I really wanted to be like, I'm pregnant, but I couldn't do that. So I was just being rude. And I felt really bad after the fact, but so did she, because she realized I was pregnant, and she went through the same thing with my dad. So she understood where I was coming from. So, you know, that was literally a nightmare, but the biggest nightmare was the next day. So I stayed the night at my grandma's house, and the next day I go back home. And the only people that know at this point are my best friends, Asher and Cassidy, and my friend Ashley, and my oldest sister, who I texted and told her over text message. And she just encouraged me to tell my parents. So I get home and I like am suffocating with guilt of not telling them. And so I decide to tell my sister, and I say, Bailey, get in the car, we're gonna go get a snow cone. I was just making stuff up. And so my sister starts to go to the car, and my mom is sitting in the front room. And the front room of our house is a big window and you can see outside. Well, I go outside first to meet my sister at my car, and I see my stepdad outside. And my stepdad is like cleaning the garage or something, so I go over there to talk to him. And I just felt really compelled to tell him at that point. And so I say, hey, I'm pregnant. My sister hadn't got outside yet. And he's like, crap. And, you know, he was asking about, you know, what I was doing. Am I taking prenatals? Like, just worried about the health of the baby first and foremost. And then he was like, we need to tell your mom. And I was so nervous. I did not want to tell my mom. So then at that time, you know, me and him are both freaking out in the front yard, and my sister comes outside and she sees us. So my mom's looking out the window and she sees my sister going to the side of the house. So let me tell you, my mom is nosy. So she's like, why is everybody going to the side of the house? So I tell my sister comes over there and she goes, are you pregnant? It's like she already knew. It was crazy. And I was like, yeah, and I'm crying and my stepdad's freaking out. And then my good old nosy mom comes outside. She's like, what's going on? She sees me bawling and she's freaking out. She has this look of terror and she's like, what? Tell me what's going on. And I just said, Mom, I'm pregnant and I'm bawling. And then she starts bawling and she like freaking, she's really dramatic. So she like, like loses her breath and starts panicking. And then she like starts hugging me and it's just kind of weird, but also like understandable. So my mom's like, it's gonna be okay, like just kind of like being there for me in a really amazing way, because my mom's strict. Like I did not expect her to be like, it's okay, I love you anyways. And my sister just starts laughing because she's not good in those situations. So yeah, that's pretty much how I told everyone what was going on, and it was crazy, dude. I was like gonna pee my pants this whole time. But yeah, so I was 18, I found out I was pregnant, I wasn't with my boyfriend. It was kind of a nightmare, but everything turned out to be a lot better. I really think my daughter was my saving grace. She was the reason why, you know, I've kind of transformed my life in the way that I have. And I think it's really good to open up about your past and stuff like that, because everybody has a past, so why not share it? Why not show how much God's changed you? Here I am still in a pregnancy test before I found out I was pregnant, and now, you know, here I am devoting my life to hopefully reaching other people and telling them about God and telling them what God's done for me. So, you know, I've got a lot to grow. I have a lot that I need to grow into, and like I have a lot more goals that I need to accomplish, and I'm not at all where I want to be. I still make mistakes all the time, but don't we all? We all kind of fall short, but whatever. So I wanted to share that. Hopefully that helps you guys. Whoa, I got a big forehead. I'm so appreciative for this channel. Every time I vlog, I literally feel so happy inside. So I know this is what God wants me to do with my life. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go. I love you all so much. My next video will definitely be on, you know, my pregnancy, and boy was there drama in that pregnancy. So I'll talk about that. I'll talk about my labor, which was also kind of dramatic. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. Peace out.